Welcome to Transport Vlog, my name is Paul, and in this video I'm going to give an update on the Martin Place Sydney Metro station as it was looking in March 2024.
Martin Place is one of 4 new Sydney Metro stations that are within the central Sydney area, and being right in the heart of the business district, this will be a very important station. There are 2 entrance buildings, Martin Place Metro South, which has entrances on Castlereagh Street and Elizabeth Street, and Martin Place Metro North, which has entrances on both corners of Hunter Street. And there is also a direct interchange with the existing Sydney Trains Eastern Suburbs line platforms.
The high hoardings around most of Martin Place Metro South have now been removed, which means that you can see it in all its glory, and there's lots to show you.
The Martin Place Metro South Station entrance building is within this integrated commercial development. It occupies the first 3 floors and has a darker brown finish to distinguish it from the building above. And this darker finish also matches the lower part of the iconic 50 Martin Place, which is directly opposite. All the footage in this video was taken during the last 2 weeks of March 2024, unless mentioned otherwise. The station building looks most impressive from Martin Place itself, with these large glazed areas that will be for cafes and restaurants. And these glazed areas continue into Castlereagh Street, and this gap now coming into view is for the Castlereagh Street entrance exit. You can see some artwork on the left, natural light coming in from the entrance exit on Elizabeth Street, and a balcony-like upper level on the right. I couldn't see the escalators from where I was standing, but they are in this space on the left between the glazed retail premises and the wall with the artwork. It's signposted for Sydney Trains as well as Sydney Metro, and you'll see why a little later. And here is a closer view of the very colourful piece of public art. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. To the right of the artwork are some stairs that go up to Elizabeth Street, and these stairs are required because Elizabeth Street is higher than Castlereagh Street. And that's why this upper balcony level exists. Passengers requiring step-free access will use this level to take one of 2 lifts, and you can see the door for one of the lifts here. So the lifts provide step-free access from Elizabeth Street, but also from Castlereagh Street as well, as there will be another stopping point directly below the balcony level. It's not visible from here, but you can see the sign for it. The 2 lifts then continue down to the concourse. It will be possible to access this entrance directly from Martin Place, via a plaza area that will be between these 2 supporting columns. And this artist impression video shows the approach to this entrance from Martin Place. Here is a view of the ceiling complete with spotlights, and also the brown brick cladded wall on the right, which has the Martin Place station sign on it, and here is a closer view of this sign. There are 8 pieces of public art within this station, and I'm wondering whether this cube and globe will be further artwork. You'll see another piece of public art at Martin Place Metro North later in this video, and that will be worth the wait. Beyond the station entrance is what will be a non-public area, and here is a quick peek inside. And there are further non-public areas on the levels above, with grilles on the outside for ventilation systems.
So now walking over to Elizabeth Street to see if I can get some more views from this side.
This entrance exit is more compact, with just a small opening onto Elizabeth Street. On the left is the step-free upper balcony level with a sign for the 2 lifts, and then on the right are the stairs. It features the same white ceiling and brown brick cladded walls, and some of these are still to be added. To the left of the entrance are more ventilation grilles, and these continue up the left side of the integrated station development for the first 6 floors, so are likely to be where the station and tunnel ventilation systems will be. So this is a truly integrated development with station services incorporated into the overall design of the building.
With the help of some artist impression and Sydney Metro photos, I'm going to take you on a virtual tour from the Castlereagh Street entrance down to the platforms, and also explain why all the signage is for both Metro and train services.
So in this artist impression video, you can see the glazed retail premises on the left, and the stairs to Elizabeth Street straight ahead. And then around to the left are the bank of 4 escalators that take you down to the concourse levels below. And back in September 2023, I got a glimpse of these escalators as they were being built. On the Castlereagh Street level, you can see a door for one of the lifts, along with parts of the upper balcony level that leads to Elizabeth Street. Now from the same location a couple of weeks later, and by this time this new glass screen had been installed in front of these escalators. And that's now become part of this curved external window, with the completed escalators now visible behind them. And in this clip, taken around sunset time by Chris Ranger, the illuminated escalators look really stunning. Link to Chris's channel appearing in the top right now. These steps go to the integrated commercial development entrance, and I'll talk more about that later. The large glass windows will provide amazing views for passengers as they approach and then travel on these escalators. And they also bring lots of natural light into this area as well. So it's just a short ride down to the upper level of the Martin Place Metro South concourse. Now this is at the same level as the Sydney Trains Martin Place Station concourse, and it appears that part of an old passageway that used to go to the MLC Centre is being reused to create a direct connection between the two station concourses. So whether you come in via the new Metro station entrances or via the original Eastern Suburbs line entrance, you'll be able to get to both Sydney Metro and Sydney Trains platforms, and that's why the Metro entrances have signs for Sydney Trains as well. So this is the upper part of the South Concourse level here, and passengers will then take these escalators down to the lower level. And here is a Sydney Metro photo that I reckon was taken from the bottom of this lower bank of escalators. Assuming that's correct, the opal gates and platform escalators are behind, and the lifts to the upper concourse and entrances are on either side of these escalators. And the red lines within the ceiling mean something, as you'll discover later, so keep watching. There is much more to this South Concourse, including an underground walkway to Hunter Street which anyone can use. And this is all covered in my Martin Place Metro Explain video, which is now appearing in the top right and is linked to in the description below. So from the lower escalators, passengers will go through the opal gates and then take these much longer escalators to the arrivals hall, which is at platform level. This Sydney Metro photo is looking down these long escalators, which are about the same length as the escalators that connect the North-South concourse to the Metro platforms at Central Station. And it is claimed that these will become the longest escalators in the Southern Hemisphere once the Metro platforms open. However, these Martin Place escalators might actually be longer. There is currently some debate on this, so if it's not resolved, then I might need to get my tape measure out on opening day. In any case, the Perth Airport Station escalators that opened in 2022, which are currently the longest in the Southern Hemisphere, will be relegated to third place when Martin Place Metro and the Central Station Metro platforms open. Here is a view of the bottom of these long escalators, and these are within this central passageway that is called the Arrivals Hall. And it has a number of connections to the platforms on either side, and this is all 25 metres below ground. The signs for the Sydney Trains platforms take you around the back of these escalators, and that's because there is an underground passageway and separate bank of escalators that go up to the western end of these platforms. And that's all hiding behind this roller shutter, and unfortunately there are no little holes to peek through. But there is a Sydney Metro passenger information display on this wall on the left, and that will probably display next train information for the Metro services below. The hoardings that used to cover this area were removed over the Easter weekend, and I filmed this when I was passing through on the 2nd of April. Now back in the Metro Arrivals Hall, and the large Martin Place engravings within the walls means that you'll soon realise if you got off at the wrong station. And here is a clip of one of the platforms. These are within separate mined caverns, and the spaces at regular intervals are for the short passageways that lead to the Arrivals Hall. All the underground parts of this station were designed by Grimshaw Architects, and that includes a few bits that you'll see later.
So I hope you enjoyed that virtual tour underground. Now for a brief look at the Martin Place Metro South Integrated Station development, which is simply called 39 Martin Place.
It consists of this podium area that is immediately above the station building. And then above that is the tower, which is set back from the podium. The whole building has 28 floors and is 130 metres tall. The podium uses materials and finishes that help it blend in with 50 Martin Place, and as you can see, it's basically finished. And this is how it looks on the city skyline. 39 Martin Place was designed by Zanis Architects, and this included the station entrances too. The entrance to 39 Martin Place will be on Elizabeth Street with access from the corner of Martin Place as well. On Elizabeth Street, it's to the right of the station entrance and is behind this scaffolding. And on Martin Place, it's via these steps that you saw earlier. These go to the rotating entrance doors which will be about here. To find out more about 39 Martin Place, check out their website, which is appearing on the top right now and is also linked to in the description below. Their website also features this cool interactive 3D image where you can explore this building in greater detail and see how the entrance will look.
So that's how Martin Place Metro South is looking. Now time to head to Hunter Street to take a look at Martin Place Metro North.
And here it is. Just like at Martin Place Metro South, the station entrance building is part of a large integrated commercial development. The station entrance exits are on both corners of Hunter Street, and the one on the Elizabeth Street corner is more prominent with its distinctive canopy. This is likely to be the busier of the two Martin Place Metro North entrance exits, as it's very close to the Chifley Square Tower and high-rise office buildings on the eastern side of Hunter Street. The canopy is held in place by a number of structural support cables that are attached to the columns on either side. Here is a closer view of the canopy, and the structural supports above it, and now this curved structure below it, with the Martin Place station name attached to it. As this entrance is on a hill, there are a few steps up, as you can see from this artist impression image. However, step-free access will be available between this wall and supporting column, as this is level with Elizabeth Street. Once inside, most people will use these stairs on the right to get to the level below, as indicated by this metro sign. And the step-free option will be via one of the two lifts that are alongside this wall on the left. So in this diagram, taken from the Martin Place Station Design and Precinct Plan, which I've linked to below, the entrance on the corner with Elizabeth Street is here, and the two lifts are just before a retail area. So as you can see, there is quite a hill up Hunter Street, but the station concourse has to be completely level, and that's why this entrance on the Elizabeth Street corner has a few stairs that go down to the main North Station concourse below. And that's at the same level as this second entrance exit, which is on the corner with Castlereagh Street. This entrance doesn't have a canopy above it because the building itself provides weather protection. However, it does have the same curved structure with the station name on it. And peering in, you can see the stairs coming down from the other entrance on the corner with Elizabeth Street. On the right is one of a bank of two escalators with a metro sign above. These go to the North Concourse below. There are two further escalators closer to the Elizabeth Street corner entrance, and you can see these in this clip taken by Chris Ranger. This upper balcony level contains the two lifts that I pointed out earlier, and then an area for retail. And this retail area is within these glass screens, with the balcony level in front of it. The windows facing Elizabeth Street will bring lots of natural light into this retail area. This upper balcony level then continues around to the back, where there are lifts and escalators to the commercial office lift lobby, which is on this floor above. And here is a view of this lift lobby, which is directly above the atrium, which is the area below that contains the two banks of escalators. There are some stairs up to the balcony level from the Castlereagh Street side, and here is a view of them. They are most likely to be used by arriving passengers that are heading directly to the office lift lobby. Interestingly, the signage within Martin Place Metro North is for the metro platforms only, although you can get to the Sydney trains platforms too. However, I reckon this will be quicker via Elizabeth Street and the existing station entrance, and that's probably why it's not signposted. And you might have already noticed this giant sculpture that is suspended from the ceiling and is visible from both entrances. It's made of stainless steel and takes the form of a Mobius strip that echoes the continual tide of people moving through a station. Here is a Sydney Metro clip of this sculpture from within the station entrance. And also visible in this photo are the two banks of escalators on either side and the natural light coming in from the large floor-to-ceiling windows that face Hunter Street. So those escalators that you just saw go to the North Station concourse, where the opal gates and a further bank of escalators take you down to the arrivals hall and metro platforms. And there's also the pedestrian link to Martin Place Metro South, which is outside of the opal gates. Now for an impressive view of the lower escalators along with the double lift shaft between them. And you can also see glimpses of the upper escalators above. And this is a view of the bottom of these lower escalators from the arrivals hall along with the two lifts. And at this end, the lines within the ceiling are blue, and that's because in this direction you're heading in the direction of Sydney Harbour. And at the Martin Place Metro South end that you saw earlier, the lines are red to indicate that you're heading into the city.
I'll finish by showing you the rest of the Martin Place Metro North integrated station development, including another entrance to it from both Castlereagh Street and Elizabeth Street.
The Martin Place Metro North commercial office development is predominantly glass. It's 174 metres tall and has 39 stories, so it's over 50 metres higher than the 39 Martin Place commercial development that I covered earlier. The name of this building is 1 Elizabeth, and it was designed by JPW Architects. It will become Macquarie Group's new global headquarters, with employees that are currently based in 4 separate offices moving to this new location. And the Macquarie Group logo has recently been added to the top of this building. Like the 39 Martin Place Tower, this also has a wider podium area, and this goes right up to 50 Martin Place. Whilst the tower above is deliberately set back from 50 Martin Place, tapering towards the north as it gets higher. Access to 1 Elizabeth will be from the station or via this through-site link, which connects to the same escalators and lifts that go up to the lobby area above. And here is the entrance to this through-site link from Elizabeth Street, and you can see the canopy being constructed above. Now peering over for a look inside, the lifts and escalators to the lobby above are not visible, but are within this passageway that is on the right. And on this passageway wall is some more public art, which is currently covered over. You can also see a small part of the lobby area above. On the 50 Martin Place side is this wall with bronze coloured panels, and I believe there will be an entrance into 50 Martin Place from this through site link. The light coming in from the opposite side is from Castlereagh Street, so let's take a look from this street. Again, due to the height differences, a few stairs are required to access this through site link from Castlereagh Street, and further up you can see a small canopy above these stairs, along with the bronze wall on the 50 Martin Place side. To the north of this entrance are some ventilation grilles, and these are for the station services that reside in this area. And this is followed by another retail space. And you can see the windows for this, along with the canopy that runs from the station entrance to the through site link. Now back on Elizabeth Street, and immediately to the right of the through site link entrance are some more ventilation grilles. And that's for further station services that occupy this area. There is also a canopy running along Elizabeth Street, again from the station entrance to the through site link, and at the moment just the frame is in place. So that's a brief overview of the One Elizabeth integrated station development. To find out more, check out their website, which is appearing on the top right now and is also linked to in the description below.
So that's my update on the new Martin Place metro station. Please like, comment, subscribe, support me on Patreon, and I'll see you in the next video.